In Book 9 of Plato's Republic, Socrates describes the character of a tyrant. All men, Socrates admits, have a lawless and beastly nature. This darker nature displays itself during dreams while the rational part is sleeping. Then the wild beast within us, gorged with meat or drink, goes forth to satisfy his desires. And there is no conceivable folly or crime a man may not be ready to commit. The difference between tyrants and other men is that tyrants do not rein in the wild beast when they awaken, but rather encourage it. The tyrant becomes a slave to his own desires, especially erotic lust, which Socrates identifies as the most dangerous of all desires. Having spent all that he owns, the tyrant resorts to deceit and force to acquire what he wants. He must have money, no matter how, if he is to escape the horrid pains of insatiable desire. A tyrant must also deal with a persistent fear of all those whom he has wronged in his pursuit of irrational pleasures. He lives in his hole like a woman hidden in the house, fearful of retaliation for his past wickedness. Thus, the lives of tyrants are full of misery, pain, and fear, because tyrants allow their irrational parts to rule over the other parts of their souls. Besides the clear distinction that Socrates draws between the happy life of the just man and the unhappy life of the unjust man, Socrates offers another demonstration that proves justice is more desirable than injustice. He argues that there are three types of men in the world: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. Men will assert that the class to which they belong is the best. The moneymaker will emphasize the vanity of honor or of learning if they bring no money with the solid advantages of gold and silver. The lover of honor will think that the pleasure of riches is vulgar, while the pleasure of learning, if it brings no distinction, is all smoke and nonsense. And the lover of wisdom will set other pleasures at nothing, compared to the pleasures of learning and knowing the truth. He argues that there is no better judge than experience. The best judge of the three classes is the philosopher, for he has, of necessity, always known the taste of the other pleasures, from his childhood upwards. But the delight which is to be found in the knowledge of true being is known to the philosopher and those of the other two. First, he asserts that the pleasures of the appetitive and spirited parts of the soul are not really pleasures at all, but rather cessations of pain. For example, when a man is hungry, he feels pain. When he eats, he eliminates the pain of hunger. But this, according to Socrates, is not true pleasure. Men, not knowing true pleasure, err in contrasting pain with the absence of pain, which is like contrasting black with gray instead of with white. Furthermore, the false pleasures of the appetitive and spirited parts of the soul are transitory and less real than the pleasures of the rational part. Socrates presents one more metaphor to solidify his notion of the tripartite soul in his audience. He describes man as part human, part lion, and part multi-headed beast. To be noble means that the human part of man subjects the beastly parts to its command. To be ignoble means that the beastly parts of man subject the human part to their commands.